The following episode contains mentions of cursing, mental illness, sexual themes, and spoilers for the recent season of Ginny and Georgia, Season 3. Hope you enjoy. Hello there, and welcome to Ramblings of an Extra with your favorite host, Nyah Hamilton. Wow, guys, it's been a long time since I've been here in this room recording this podcast. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I'm weirded out, but we will go through this new experience together as a unit, as the family and community that we are. Okay, I will never do that again for the next 30 minutes, but just know Rachel's here. I think that's what I'm gonna call that impression, Rachel. I think I'm gonna call her Rachel. Yeah. She feels like a Rachel, so I just thought it would be right. You know, I don't need to explain myself to you. Actually, I do. That's what this podcast is. Anyway, Ramblings of an Extra. I'm back, bitches, and better than ever. And it also brings me back to the trigger warnings of this episode. I will be cursing. I will not censor myself. And I will be geeking out over things that people don't view as interesting. And you're just going to have to listen to me. So yeah. First things first. I'm back, bitches. Okay. I already said that. Anyway, first things first, business of the day. This podcast is now going to be as chaotic and discombobulated as I am as a person. I'm going to talk in FaceTime form. And I know you guys are like, Nyah, you already talk in FaceTime form anyway. I mean, like, your Twilight episode is literally the worst, what's the word? Structured, professional synopsis that anyone has ever given. And you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But don't ever say that to my face, bitch. Anyway. Yeah, so I'm pretty much going to talk the way that I'm talking right now, especially when I talk about shows. It will not be in order. It will not be structurally sound. You should not build a house on what I am saying. Metaphor-wise, that's a metaphor. But you should listen to me. You should take what I'm saying and go forth into the world like, oh my God, she's a fucking genius, because I am one, and you should listen to me all the time while you're doing homework, while you're doing laundry, while you're driving. That might be a hazard. Actually, park the car. I'm like a drive-through podcast, drive-through, like a long or traffic. I think I would do best in traffic. Okay, not literally. We're not going to talk about it. I'm just going to open up a little bit here. I failed my road test 2 times, but we're not going to talk about. I am going to get my license by the end of the summer. I'm manifesting that shit. Okay. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to go into detail, because this podcast is about not only my life, but also film and television. So we're going to talk about some film and television and pop culture. Okay. That's what we're going to do today. Okay. We're not going to talk about my crushing fear into turning into SpongeBob SquarePants, because that's terrifying to me. And we're just not going to talk about it today. Isn't this fun? Anyway. Sure. Yeah. Okay, let's get into it. All right, that's our first crash out of the day. We're doing so well. We're only 4 minutes in. Okay. So let's start off with one of my current obsessions. And by current, I mean I just started this 5 minutes ago. The studio. Now, you may be saying, Nyah, the studio's been out for months. How did you not know? Well, college, bestie, college. And also, my therapist was very upfront with me and told me that I am depressed. Well, I don't think it's chronic depression. I think it's like back and forth. Like I have my ups, I have my downs. Actually, you know what? You should talk to my therapist for that. Actually, don't talk to my therapist. That would be weird. Don't talk to her. Talk to me. Talk to your best friend Nyah. Anyway, um, anyway, we're just gonna ignore that. Uh, so yeah, apparently I was going through a little depressed session during the last semester of college, which makes sense because I mean, it was my second semester junior year. I was a bit all over the place. I had a class, two classes that were driving me crazy. Believe it or not, I got my first C in advertising class. Girl, it's advertising class. What am I doing with the C in advertising? But get this. Okay, I know I'm oversharing. But get this. I think it's my undiagnosed ADHD. But get this. Okay? You have this teacher and she throughout the whole class, the quizzes are 60 points and the team project that you do the whole semester is only 30 points, 35 points. What the fuck is up with that? I am not good on tests, okay? But I did amazing with my group on our project. So, I digress. I digress. You know what? It's my first C and I'm a junior. I think that deserves some applause. Okay? Applause. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I know, I'm spectacular. I'm amazing. Believe it or not, while I'm recording this, I cannot hear applause. So I'm just imagining it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. But back to what I was saying. I couldn't watch the studio when it came out because, depresso. Depresso. I was drinking that me depresso, pun intended. Anyway, I I finally started watching it. I think I'm at episode 4. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. First episode I was screaming at fuck, Steph. What's that man's name? What's that man's name? What's that man's name? Is it Steph Rogan? Am I going crazy? Let me do research. Research. Yes, that is Steph Rogan. Yes, yes. I was about to call him Joe Rogan. I felt like that was very, very wrong. So I looked it up, okay? Research is key. Mm-hmm. 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 It's okay to admit that you don't know stuff. But yeah, so I was watching the show and I love it. I love it. It okay, if it is realistic. I would hope it's realistic. I mean, they pretty much marketed the show off of being very realistic to what happens in studios, in television and movie studios. So even though the studio that they're working in is very focused on movies, at least at the point that I'm watching it, I would think that this is very realistic. I'm hoping it is. Okay, you know how what's the right word, how off the books Hollywood is, and I don't mean off the books like it's off the books, but like I mean like it's very mystery to me. My whole life has been a mystery. It is only up till recently that I understood who scriptwriters were. And I know you're going to be like, Naya, how the hell did you not know who scriptwriters were? Who did you think wrote the script? I didn't know the specifics to how films worked. I mean, you watched a film, you liked the film. That's pretty much what the general public thinks. And I used to be the general public. So then when I finally got to film school, I learned about all the logistics and the little things, production assistant, creative, executive producer, like that kind of thing. Directors, what exactly do directors do? What exactly do producers do? What do showrunners do? I don't think the general public knows this stuff. I'm not going to go into it now because this episode is not about teaching people, because then I would actually have to script this episode. See? See where scripts come in. Anyway, see, that was me. That was me being smart. She got it. Okay. So back to the studio. I loved it, especially I think the episode that everyone's talking about, the Oner episode. While watching that episode, you need to know something about me right now and right here. Watching a one shot, it does something to me. And they're gonna be like, nah, I don't want to hear the specifics. No, you do want to hear the specifics. That's crazy because I know you want to hear them. Okay, watching a one shot is like seeing who's like the hottest man on television right now. It's like, okay, watching a one shot is like seeing Chris Evans in on BuzzFeed with his puppy interview. And I know you're gonna be like, Nyah, you're not outing yourself right now to have a crush on Chris Evans on your podcast that is definitely going to be analyzed in the future when you hopefully do work with Chris Evans at some point in your career. No, I'm confirming it here. I have a crush on Chris Evans. I really wish I didn't. It would make my life easier. But I do. I do. Um so yeah, watching that puppy interview, watching Pedro Pascal in any video he has ever done ever. Um yeah. Yeah. Um recent words. Recent season of Ginny and Georgia with Joe, it's like seeing Joe. Just seeing him in the background, just seeing that beard. Let me be honest, that beard that beard be doing something to me. Anyway, that's what a oner does to me. It gets me going. And I know that's like, Nyah, how could a oner scene get you going? Okay, how is a oner a turn on? It's a turn on. And you may say, Nyah, well, I already asked that question, but like, okay. Okay, I know it's weird. I know it's weird, but you have to understand. As someone who has film scenes herself for school, just thinking about how production works, just seeing people film their own scenes, you know how much it is, how much work goes into filming a oner. So when you see it pulled off perfectly on your television, you're like, damn, that's hot. That's hot. That's attractive. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Everyone on that set is attractive to me because it's really attractive to see a whole cast come together and successfully pull off a oner as if they're on the stage of a Broadway play. Okay? It's really fucking hot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be this way. Actually, I do mean to be this way because it's also attractive to me that I know the things that I know. Yeah, yeah. But but yes, I want this looked back on. That Nyah Hamilton, future successful Oscar and Emmy director, said that Oners was hot as fuck. Because they are. Because they are. I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm not gonna sit here on this podcast and lie about the fact that oners are fucking attractive. Okay, no, that's just not gonna happen. Okay, so when I sat there and saw that 25-minute episode, that by the way had a bookend, that shit had a bookend. Don't think I didn't see that bookend. Don't think I didn't see that bookend. I saw that bookend. And I also heard that meta writing. Okay. I love me some meta writing sometimes. Used in discretion. Okay. Sometimes these writers don't. They, they don't know what they're doing. Okay. I'm gonna be honest here. I love writing. Okay. I could be very critical when it comes to writing. No wonder I am so cagey about writing because I'm very critical when it comes to writing. You see how that works? Anyway, so yeah, loved the meta writing, loved the bookend, loved the oner. It was really fucking cool. It was really fucking cool. And one day I hope to pull off something like that. As a director, I think I would sob a lot. Like a lot. I almost sobbed when the bear did it. That was the first time I saw a oner and actually like understood what work was behind it. Okay? It was really fucking attractive. Not It was not only Jeremy White and Ayo, but it was like, oh my God, that is fucking attractive. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about how film shots are attractive. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. This is when I stop. Okay, and I'm gonna go to our next. I'm gonna go to our next topic. I'm not even gonna segue because I don't know how you segue from finding a oner attractive to Sabrina Carpenter. Come down the aisle, Sabrina, come down. Front of the class, front of the class. I'm happy that you got your Grammys. Okay, I'm very, very happy about that. I just have one inquiry, because that's how that word works. Inquiry. Okay, I'm definitely not saying it right. I wonder, is the McDonald's visit going to be televised? Because and I know what you may be thinking, because I'm in your brain, I'm in your mind. I've known this whole time what you've been thinking. Nyah, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, I'm going to explain. Okay. In an interview, Sabrina Carpenter said that she would never eat McDonald's until she has won a Grammy. Now, Sabrina Carpenter has won 2 Grammys, okay? And as someone who used to eat McDonald's all the time because, well, yeah, my dad didn't want to cook. I was in elementary school. I didn't know how to cook. We went to McDonald's a lot. I'm just wondering, when am I gonna see the McDonald's interview? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say. Now I don't go to McDonald's a lot, but it's still relevant in my life because I mean they're everywhere. There's no exact escape from McDonald's. So yeah, I just want to see that McDonald's visit televised if it has not happened yet, because it's been a few months since you won those Grammys, girl. So I was just wondering. I was just wondering what we were doing there. Okay. I think I'm done. I think I am done with the appetizers of tonight. And now I'm gonna get into the nitty gritty. I'm gonna get into the juice, the meat, the juicy. I'm gonna stop talking now before I freak you out. Um, my my Georgia peach, um, Ginny and Georgia, the Netflix show. Uh, its recent season 3 has come out, and I am here today to give my season 3 FaceTime chaotic analysis review. Even though I think analysis and review are the same thing. Well, technically they're not. Analysis is like a deeper review. Reviews are just reviews, reviews are just. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. Okay. My analysis review of Ginny and Georgia season 3. Now, I have much to say. I just finished the season yesterday. The season came out 2 days ago. I don't know how long it's going to be after I put out this episode because I'm going to have to edit this shit, promote this shit, and put it out by this Friday. So we'll see how that works out. Anyway, um, I just literally gave you guys my whole podcast plan, but we're gonna ignore that because this is a real podcast where I speak my mind. If you could not have told, if you could not told, if you could not have told, I'm gonna shut up now for 2 minutes. I'm gonna leave this in here because it's unedited, because this is my shit and I'm trying to be authentic. Actually, okay, let me get into what I'm saying before you turn me off. Anyway, I have a lot of thoughts about Ginny and Georgia. All right. Thought number 1. Well, okay, I'm gonna put the most unappetizing thoughts first. To some people, because I don't even know who follows this couple, who likes this couple. If you like this couple, you're weird. But I'm gonna talk about it anyway. Paul and Georgia. All I have to say to the people who actually ship them, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. Because personally, why? Why would you do that to yourself? I'm just honestly wondering, like, why would you do that to yourself? Um, they suck. They suck. Okay, this is my statement about Paul and Georgia. They suck. That's the two words that I have. And then I'll elaborate. This season really showed and confirmed what I thought about their relationship. They don't love each other. They don't. Like, yes, they may say, "Oh, I love you. Oh, you're the center of my universe." But actions speak louder than words. Okay? Actions and chemistry. I don't feel that much chemistry that I do them in the script and in the acting in comparison to relationships like Ginny and Marcus, Zion and Georgia, Georgia and Joe. I don't see that chemistry between the script and the actors. Now, I say the script and the actors and a direction maybe because I'm not on set. I don't know exactly what's being directed. I don't know exactly what's in the script, and I don't know how the chemistry is between the actors for real when they're given a good script and good direction to actually act romantic. I am convinced that they weren't given directions to act romantic and a script that made them actually in a romantic perspective and outlook, because you see them and all they're doing is just using each other. That's all they're doing. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. Georgia is using Paul for power. She's using him for power over the town as a place for power. I mean, the minute she sees him, she's like, "Oh, he's a mayor? Okay, let me get with him." That's that's what happened. That's what happened. She didn't make a move on him like she did Joe when they were kids and she just saw him and he was nice to her. She didn't make a move on Zion. I forgot exactly how Zion and her met. That wouldn't be a good example because I don't remember. But I don't think when Georgia first saw Zion, she was like, "Yeah, power. That's where I'm gonna get it from." Georgia saw Paul and said, "Okay, I need to make sure that I'm in a place of power. I need to make sure that I have a good image. So let me get with go lucky golden retriever mayor of Wellsbury." Or is Wellsburg? Well, fuck. I don't even remember the name of the town, but hey, you know I'm right. You know I'm right. You know that I'm making sense right now. Okay, when you watch that show, you're seriously telling me that you feel chemistry between those two actors? That you feel chemistry between those two characters? That you feel that they should be together? If you do, you're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself, or you are utterly delusional, more delusional than me, and I am pretty delusional. Okay? Um just saying, just putting it out there. Yeah, they suck. They suck because they don't even like each other. Paul gets with Georgia because he wants the image of a perfect family. And honestly, with him, it's a perfect family. You got your nuclear family. All right? You have Georgia, you have Austin, you have Ginny, and you have Paul. You have the kids, you have the mom, you have the dad. It's the perfect nuclear family. All right, she's perfect, he's perfect. He wanted that image. And once that image was falling apart, he stopped. He stopped and he left. And he left. Okay? So he's fucking pathetic. And in my opinion, he's pathetic. He's pathetic because you see that everything's falling apart, and your assistant, campaign manager, whatever the hell that man is, honestly, and I say that man because I don't even remember his name. He's just so annoying that that every time I learn his name, I forget it because he's that fucking annoying. He just grinds my gears. And I'll get back to that later, but he's oh my god, he's so annoying. Anyway, anyway, like he gets that information from his campaign manager, and immediately without talking to Georgia, without, stewing on it, without anything, he's just like, "Oh yeah, she's guilty. I'm not going to talk to her. I'm not going to try to communicate, but I am going to talk to my campaign manager that was so ready to throw me under the bus and to quit in order to leave me. That's who I'm going to confide in." Because this man, Paul, he is like Sabrina Carpenter said in her recent song. He is a man child, okay? He's a literal man child. He is a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. No wonder he got recalled. And at the end of the episode, not end of the episode, end of the show, he's over here saying to Georgia, "Oh, you're the reason I lost that recount, bitch. You lost that recount because you went back on what you ran on." He went back on what he ran on. He ran on supporting small businesses, on helping Wellsburg, whatever the freak it is, the town, on the Boston town. I remember the city the state they're in. Is it a state? Ignore what I just said. Okay, it is literally 9 o'clock. I can't remember all that shit. Actually, let me look it up because then I'm gonna look like a dumbass. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. you know, you know what I'm saying. Okay. Um. Okay, we do our research on this podcast. We do our research. That's a city. That's a city in Massachusetts. Ignore me. Ignore me. Anyway, it's a town. It's a small town. It's a small town in Massachusetts. Yes. Well, yes. I knew that this whole time. I was just testing you. Yep. Anyway, Paul ran on supporting small businesses in this small town, and then you go back on it and you support a proposition that would no longer support small businesses and help chain franchise businesses go into the town, and you expect people to still support you? Really? 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 Now that is what I call a man child. Constantly blaming women for your own faults. What, like, come on, you're not going to take some of the blame here. You're a piece of shit. I'm sorry, you're a piece of shit. And yes, Georgia's not in the clear. She also used Paul for his position of power, for his money. I'm not saying she didn't. Okay, I firmly believe that she never loved him and that she was only looking out for herself and her kids like she usually does. That's her usual behavior. I'm not surprised that she's continuing it. I'm not gonna say, well, she is kind of wrong for it, because then people get steamrolled in what she's doing. They get hurt as collateral damage. Um, Paul got hurt, but I don't feel bad about him because he's a sack of nuts. Okay, he's literally a sack. He's a sack of nuts. All right. Well, back to what I was saying about this whole couple. They suck. They suck. They suck. And back to someone else who sucks in the cast. I never thought I would say this. I never thought that I would say this, but I'm going to have to. Zion. Zion sucks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The massive betrayal of Georgia? The massive betrayal of Georgia. The massive betrayal of Georgia. And I only say that well, not only because he betrayed her, but also because, man, she literally took care of your child. Your child is still alive. Your child is a freaking English genius. And by English I mean, like, literature, poems. Your child is okay. Your child is living. She's fine. Well, not okay. As much as a child can be in the circumstances that Ginny is in, she's fine. She's living, she's breathing. That's more than I could say than most children that are brought up in poverty. Okay? Okay? And I know Zion can have the feelings like, why didn't you tell me all this stuff was happening with my kid, which is totally valid. But what I'm not understanding here is how immediately after Ginny messes up and she accidentally tells Zion something that she was not supposed to tell him about Kenny, right? Um that he immediately, like, just jumps to conclusions. He just jumps to conclusions, calls CPS, and does his little shit. And I'm just like, Well, damn, we're not gonna ask questions. Why is nobody asking questions? This whole fucking season, nobody's asking questions. Nobody's having conversations. Please, someone have a conversation. Anything. I literally want anything, especially pertaining to Georgia's situation involving the kids. And her so-called love interests. And I am not gonna say that Paul is a love interest. He was simply a means to an end. Okay? That's what he is in my book. That's what he is, because he sucks. He sucks. I'm sorry the man sucks. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm not sorry though, because he does. I'm not sorry though, because they obviously wrote him that way. They obviously wrote him that way, and I can't do anything about that except complain, because I'm going to complain because he sucks. Anyway, Zion, disappointing on so many levels. Because how could someone so hot be so wrong? Okay, okay, how could someone so hot, so educated, so hot again, be so wrong? It's just so rude. It's rude from the writers, from the directors, from the creative people behind the show for that to happen. It's so rude. Like, did I ever root for Georgia and Zion? No. No, honestly, I don't want them to end together. I don't want them to end up together. I don't want them to be Endgame. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am rooting for the Loreline and Luke ending. And I know you're like, Nyah, what the fuck is that? It's Georgia and Joe being together, because I personally believe that when this show was pitched, because I think majority of shows have to be pitched for them to get to this point of being on screen. When this show was pitched, it was pitched as Gilmore Girls but make it murdery. Okay? I think that's what happened. I think that's what happened. All right? Because literally the only difference between Gilmore Girls and Ginny and Georgia, at least with family unit wise, is that there's Austin. Like, think about it. There's Austin, and Georgia's murderous. And that's practically the only changes. Okay. Family unit wise, not storyline wise, because there's a lot of changes storyline wise. But I'm saying family line wise. It's practically the same as Gilmore Girls. Um, so yeah, I mean, those are my notes on Georgia's love life. It's messy. And Joe, we won, Joe. We won, Joe. We won. We won, Joe. Joe, come to the front. Come to the front so I could lay a big kiss on you. That beard, that full beard, that beard does things to me. That beard does things to me. Things unsaid to me. I'm gonna stop now before I offend someone. Um, so hot, so fine, so understanding. Because not 3 minutes after Georgia said, "Oh, yeah, I killed all those men," that man was on her. On her. Loyalty impersonified. I hope I said that right. I really hope I said that right. I'm going to believe I said that right. You know what? You know what? I'm confident. I'm confident that I said that right. I did say it right. And anyone says that I say it wrong, you can go to hell. I mean, I'm not going to go that far, but you can go to hell. Okay? So fine. So fine, Joe. So hot. That's my only thoughts when he comes on screen. Yeah. Don't disappoint me next season. Because if you do, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I already have one man that disappointed me, Zion, and then I'm gonna have you, Joe. Joe, I can't handle it if you disappoint me. I just can't handle it. I won't be able to handle it. It'll just be too much for my it'll just be too much. So don't do it. Don't do it, Joe. Don't do that to me, Joe. I'm gonna shut up now. Okay, so that's Georgia's love life. Now, Ginny. Well, Georgia's love life minus Gil, because I hate Gil. Let me get back to the fact that I hate the campaign manager that Paul has. I hate that man. I hate him so much. Now I don't. Yes, I don't know his pronouns. I think. I think. Yeah. Right. Actually, let me do some more research. Research, some authentic research. I am the boy. It is a search engine for film. Yes, yes. If you ever have any questions, go to I am the boy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Actually, okay, wait, let me. Oh, his name is Raymond in real life. That's crazy. Oh, Nick. His name is the campaign manager's name is Nick. I hate that man. I hate that man. He's so annoying. God. Like, oh my gosh. Like, okay, what kills me is that he's going to Georgia's bachelorette, bachelorette, bachelorette. We're just gonna pretend like I'm saying it right. He went to that party, okay? And he goes to the party, and this man is he's having a great time. He's having a great time, right? At George's bachelorette, at the freak at the party. He's having a good time at the party. He's with Georgia. He's with the girls at the party. He's having a great time, right? And then 5 minutes later, he turns on her. 5 minutes freaking later. Now, that's all I have to say about that man. That's all I have to say about that man. He can go die in hell for all I care, okay? I don't want no character redemption, all right? I need to stop with this accent. It happened out of nowhere, okay? I didn't do that one on purpose. I didn't do it on purpose that time. You need to forgive me. Seriously, I need to get that checked because I did not, mentally, I did not mean it that way. Okay, okay, okay. We're just gonna forget about it, okay, bestie? Okay. Um, yeah. So I hate that man. I hope he dies in hell. Next, Max. Max, my baby girl. She's been going through it. She's been going through it. Actually, before I touch Max, let me actually before I even touch this Max situation, this Marcus situation, let me touch the Nora situation. Now, the Nora situation is driving me crazy because what? What? Like, what kills me about Nora since like the first season is like she does have like this holier Arthur type of way that she goes about life. Um, Now I don't know if that's because of how she's been raised. I don't know. I don't know. Because we haven't had like a Nora episode the way that we've had like a Marcus episode. I don't know. I don't know what the specifics of her background. I have no idea. But I do know she gets on my nerves sometimes with that attitude. Because she's over here like, oh, I just feel so awkward around Ginny. Okay, don't be around Ginny. Don't be around Ginny. Like, let's be honest here, Nora. Let's be honest here. You and Ginny are not even that close. In comparison to Max and Abby, you guys are not even that close. So what's up? What's up? What's up? Like, come on, just like stay away. Fine, whatever. Like, I don't know why we gotta keep announcing that you're so scared of Jenny. Like, stay away from her. Crazy, I know. Just stay away. Avoid. Maybe it's because it's so easy for me to avoid people. When I see this in shows, I'm just like, okay, then bye, go away, or at least voice it, at least say that she makes you uncomfortable instead of just sitting around here and making everyone uncomfortable with your uncomfortableness. It's just like, come on, like and yes, I know they're kids, but like it's just funny because like the way the show is, it's kind of hard to remind myself that they are still sophomores. Literally, this show is still in the same time frame that it was in its first season. I think the first season came out. Let me look. The first season came out in 2021. Okay. Um a lot of shit has happened since then, as you could tell. As you could tell, I am closer than I was now to graduating college as I was then when I was still in high school. Okay? So things have changed. So to have them still be sophomores is kind of scary to me, but it's also like, Nora, get over it. Get over it. Maturity, maturity. This feels like some middle school shit. Just tell her you're uncomfortable. Like, what? Anyway, let's go back to Maxine. Well, actually, let's not go back to Maxine. I had some pit stops to reach until then. Um, let me go back to. Let me go. Let me go down my list. I have a list because I did my research. I sing so well. I should really be like on Broadway or something. No, never, never, ever put me on Broadway. That would be a terrible idea. Um, Freak, what's her? Bracia and her boyfriend, cute as fuck. Cute as fuck. So cute. So adorable. I'm happy at the end she finally realized like what love feels like and told him that she loves him because girl, we all knew. We all knew that you love him. Like the only person you're lying to is yourself. Like it's like the song in Hercules where she's like, I won't say I'm in love. I forgot how it goes, but you remember how it goes, and you're also on Spotify or Amazon, so you could definitely look it up after I'm done talking. Okay? Well, no, it goes I wait, actually I need to actually do that research right now while I'm talking to you. Don't worry, you love me. This is all a part of the process. What up? Whoa, whoa. Okay, so I won't say I'm in love. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I definitely knew that. I knew that. I just keep learning new things with you today. I hope you're learning new things with me as well. I hope this is a collaborative relationship we're having here. Okay, okay. Love you. I love you so much. Thank you for listening. I'm not done yet. We have to still talk about Maxine. Maxine and Marcus. Now, Maxine was making me almost bawl and cry. Um, Literally roll up into a ball and cry because what do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean? Like her whole, like, not her necessarily, how the world is like reacting to her, how her friends are reacting to her, how Marcus is reacting to her. And I don't exactly want to add Marcus to that group because he's going through his own shit. Obviously, the man is depressed. So the man is depressed. Like looking at him, damn. Damn, it was like a freaking mirror. Like, not an exact mirror of what I'm going through, obviously, because people have their own versions of it. But it's like, damn, damn. Okay, but with Maxine, it was definitely glass child syndrome. Um, I felt really bad, like really, really bad, because like before Maxine, you see it on my ever loving nerves, like ever loving nerves. Okay, season one, season two, getting on my nerves. Now season three, I feel like that wasn't only character development, but kind of getting. I don't even know how to explain it because the way the characters were acting around her really pissed me off, because it's like, do you not know who she is? She's dramatic. She's crazy. That's your friend. She hasn't changed at all. And yet you're over here annoyed that she feels left out, because anyone would feel left out. Annoyed that she's quote unquote dramatic. Who feels quote unquote dramatic when they're in a group and they keep getting left out? I don't know. It especially strikes a chord with me because I remember going through that in middle school and high school. It felt like shit. It felt like literally someone was shitting on my face. Okay? Like it's not a good feeling. It's not a great predicament to be in. So when she's voicing it in the show, I'm like, damn. And they're like being assholes to her, especially Ginny, where she's just like, I guess we've just like grown apart. And then Max is like, I don't really want to go apart from you. And Ginny's just like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, what the fuck? What do you mean you don't know what to tell me? Don't you care about me? Don't you care about our friendship? What the hell? What the heliante? What the helion? Like what the Michael Berry? What the Halle Berry? What the heliante? like come on now. Like that's freaking rude. Like it's rude. I just think come on now. And with Jenny, like, I don't even know what they were trying to do with that scene because it felt like a complete 180 from where she was with Max and Nora in that girl talk scene. Because in that girl talk scene, um, yeah, hopefully you know what I'm talking about. The scene that, fuck. The scene that Nora and Jenny go to Max's house to talk to her about her possible issue. I'm not going to get into detail with that cuz I know it could be triggering. Um I I just think it's crazy that we went from that with how Jenny was acting with that to Max talking to Jenny and Max and well not Max, but Jenny being very offhand, very disinterested in the conversation. I think that's freaking crazy. I think that's crazy. And it also makes me ask, what did Max do to you that incurred this? Like what did Max do to you to make this happen? To make you be a complete bitch to her? Like what did she do? What did she do? I just want to know. I just want to know what she did. Because if anything, if someone was asking that many questions of me while I was going through what you're going through, I would, yes, I would probably get annoyed, but I would also feel bad for getting annoyed with them because they care. They're showing that they care in their actions. Unlike some people, Paul, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It always comes back to Ball because he's just Paul Ball. Actually I might just call him Ball. He's just so fucking annoying. He's a literal ball sack. Anyway, anyway. Um yeah, I felt really bad with the whole Max situation because it definitely brought me back to high school in the worst way possible. Like in high school and middle school in the worst way possible, being told that you're being too dramatic or that it's fine that you're being left out of a group that you actually care about. Um so yeah, I just feel really bad for Max. But yeah, and that brings me to the near end of this podcast. I know you're gonna miss me so much. I just know it, and it's okay. It's fine. I will see you next time. But before I end, before I end once again, I'm gonna do predictions for next season. Fast round, okay? Fast round. Ginny is gonna become more like her mom, and her mom is gonna be terrified. Georgia's gonna be absolutely terrified of that shit. Georgia is gonna run for mayor. Okay, Georgia's gonna run for mayor, and Nick is trying to gonna Nick is going to try to butt his head in and become her campaign manager. Okay? Paul. Paul is going to get real pissed and just be a new asshole. I mean, he's already a new asshole, so he's just going to continue to be a new asshole. What else? What else is happening? Max, personally, this may not be the best what's the word? Prediction, but this is what I want her to do. I want her to find her a new group of friends, a new group of friends that actually care about her. Because she is very much, she's a good person. Does she get on my nerves sometimes? Yes, but every character gets on my nerves sometimes, okay? Georgia got on my nerves when she killed Cynthia's husband. All right, to be completely honest. So I just want her to find a good group and to be happy. She deserves that, okay? All right. I see parts of myself in Max, okay? Um What else do I want? What else do I want? Georgia and Joe, and eventually ending up together. I know she wants to take a break from men because of everything that happened, but he's so hot and he's yours. Okay, he's yours, Georgia. I give up. I give up. It's fine. You can have him. It's fine. It's fine. I don't feel any type of way about it. It's fine. Yeah, this is really hard for me. This is really hard for me. It's really hard. Okay, next, the big prediction. Everyone's gonna be so surprised by what I say about the certain situation that was brought up towards the end of the season. Okay. Um, who is the baby daddy? Who is George's baby daddy? Now, you may be surprised by what I say, okay, but I don't want you to hate me for this. I don't want you to hate me. It's Joe's. It's Joe's, and I am the first person who ever said that. No one else has ever came up to this conclusion. No one else has ever posted this online and said that. I'm the first person ever to say that, and I want to document it in the history books. Okay, it's Joe's. It's Joe's. It's Joe's, because I will personally scream on the top of my freaking lungs if it's Paul's. Okay? If it's Paul's, we riot. We riot if it's Paul's. Just like we riot if Sinners doesn't win Best Original Movie. Okay? I said it. I said it, and I will say it right here. Okay? That's what we're gonna do next year if Sinners does not win. Actually, that might be a problem. That may conflict with Wicked for Good. We'll talk about it next year. We'll talk about it next year, because I'm personally gonna have several breakdowns while I'm trying to figure out who should win, because I get attached to these movies, like really attached. It's really bad. Funny enough, I don't have a letterbox yet. I will update you guys on that whole situation. But anyway, it's so hard to say goodbye. Anyway, I gotta say goodbye. I gotta say goodbye. I love you guys. I love this podcast. I love this platform that I am making for myself once again. Hopefully, I say consistency. Hopefully, I stay consistent. Hopefully, we could pray. Could pray for it. I hope you have a good day. I hope you eat your vegetables. It's very important. I'm gonna hope that I eat my vegetables as well. Stay hydrated. Just keep going. Okay, everything is worth it in the end. If you're gonna see, everything's worth it in the end. Hopefully. We're gonna pray for it. We're gonna pray. Okay, we're gonna pray together. No, actually we're not. Anyway, I hope you have a good day. Love you lots, and I'll see you next time. Bye. And this has been Ramblings of an Extra. Hope you loved this episode. Please follow Ramblings of an Extra on Instagram and Threads, and also your truly Nyah on Instagram. See you guys later.